everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back to review Tulsa King. This is episode 3, Caprice. So, y'all, listen up. This is something like Vlogmas. This is day 11, but you're going to get a special treat for today. So, this is the first of few videos of today, and I hope you enjoy it. This is your spoiler warning. Full spoilers ahead. All right, so we open up the episode with Miss ATF herself. She is on the job. We find out that a police officer has been shot and they are on the hunt for Mr. Dumont. He shot a cop. Now he's barricaded into his home. He sees that they're swarming in on him. He sees that there's no way out. And so next thing you know, we see the head honcho come and they think that he's gonna do something. His name is Colin or whatever. And he doesn't do anything. So the man sends his dogs out and he ends up blowing up the spot. And so the head honcho, he just rolled out, and that was the end of that scene. I said, "Uh-oh, these are the original boys of Tulsa." All right, so we open up this episode where he's sitting there and he's seeing a pale white horse. And we do know what the meaning of pale white horse. And it is the personification of death as it means in the Bible. So he's sitting there and he's like, this is giving me a foreshadowing of what's to come in this episode. Tyson comes to pick him up and he is getting ready to go to the motor vehicle so he can get his driver's license. In this conversation, um, Tyson was asking him, where do you see him in 5 years? And so he pulls over. He was like, where do you see you in 5 years? He was like, you do know I'm a criminal. He was like, yeah, I know all about you. He was like, but I want to be in some kind of place of power and something like that. And, he kind of was like discouraging it, but he just, heard him out and just, and Tyson looked a little disappointed. But I did forget to tell you, child, they told him to make a left and use a hand signal. This fool, he didn't turn on the blinker light in the car. He put his damn hand out the like he was riding a damn bike. So the white goes to the dispensary. He's going to, meet up with Bodie. And he goes out there and he sees everybody chilling, but he sees something interesting going on here. We see somebody with N2O, nitrous oxide, and he is like inhaling it, and he falls out and passes out. And they call it like a party drug or whatever. And then he's like $5 a pop for a balloon. So he's thinking about it. He's trying to see what's going on. And he talks to Bodie about it. He's running the numbers. He's trying to figure out how many balloons can fill up from one tank and all this other stuff. And he's like putting it together or whatever. So then he goes to meet with the person that's at the club. And he has a club and a restaurant or whatever. And I told you he was frequenting that club a lot. And so he's made um made a name for himself, and he's made buddies and all this other stuff. So he runs it past him, asks him, do you have it? Can you get it? Can you obtain it? Can you keep it here? So he's trying to figure out how he's going to get in on this new business adventure. Now this whole sequence is spinning the block, okay? So you know how you double back around, you spin the block. Okay, so he comes out, he gets picked up by Tyson. Yes, Manny is watching him. He finds out where he's staying at. He's following him. He goes to take his driver's test. The teacher gets in. Next thing you know, they're on the road. Next thing you know, Manny pulls up at the stop sign, shoots at him, but because Dwight had the high ground, he was able to see it and catch it before it actually happened. So he was able to tell the guy to duck his head down, but he did get grazed by a bullet. I think Manny might have shot like 3 bullets or whatever. And the man was going crazy. Oh my god, oh my god. And they on this high speed chase or whatever. And then next thing you know, Manny gets away, he cuts traffic, and Dwight always has to do something crazy. So he's using the blood off of his forehead where the instructor got grazed, using the blood to write down part of the license plate that he was able to catch. Meanwhile, across town, Manny is disposing of the car. So he's setting it on fire or whatever. Then Dwight is at the precinct getting questioned by the officers about what happened. And Dwight, he has to be funny. He's just like, well, I really think that they were after the driver. I think he failed a lot of people, and so that was funny. Then next thing you know, Miss ATF comes in, and the police officer is trying to figure out why is ATF in here with a regular, degular, smegular, just what's going on. And she was like, "No, nothing. We all good." The next thing you know, Dwight takes her out. The next thing you know, they back in the saddle again. Okay, so that is spinning the block. So Dwight calls Chicky in NYC trying to figure out whether or not, because of last episode, you remember, in order for him and Vince to make amends, we needed to pay Vince 100K, right? So he calls Chicky and like, is he behind this? Are y'all behind this? He was like, what are you talking about? I would never do this. I would never authorize anything like this, and it wouldn't happen on my watch. And he felt insulted because he was coming at him like that. And he also said, you know what, you're gonna have to start giving me some respect, because aside from your lifelong friendship with my father, you are, like, kind of overstepping. Okay, so they're sitting there studying the old crew, the original crew. Okay, so we see that Colin is back, and he is the bald headed guy. And what we know from what they're talking about this exposition, they're saying that he did 6 years in Attica, and that is a New York City prison. Okay, so there's that particular piece of information. Also, too, they said that the guy who blew himself up, Dumont, he was his old cellmate as well. And then they're going by and picking out all these people, and they're saying that basically he got out of prison and he's back to doing exactly what he's been doing or whatever. So they said armed robbery, attempted murder, burglary, all this stuff, and they said that they are arming themselves like they about to go to war. So that is what we know from these people, this crew. And this girl that he's holding her face. Now, be sure to put a pin where you've seen her face, okay? So we'll see her a little later. After that, ATF lady, I think her name is Sarah. Is her name Sarah? Okay, ATF Sarah, she goes back to the crime scene where Dumont blew himself up. She spots the dog and she ends up taking the dog home. So, nothing burger. So Dwight shows up at the hospital to see his driving instructor, gives him a nice um bouquet of roses. He puts it by the bed. He sits down and he gives him a get well card. In the get well card has $10,000 in cash. And he was like, "Oh, what's this for? I don't really need this. It's okay. I'm fine, whatever." He was like, "No, you just feel weird about it because you feel like you ain't done nothing for it. So let me just go ahead and give you these license plates numbers so you can get your boys down at the NBA to give me the information that I need." And then that was the end of that conversation. All right, so Dwight gets the information from the driving instructor about this car. He goes to check it out. He sees that it's been burnt, and also too, he finds something that has some initials on it. And he looks it up. He finds out it's some kind of ranch. He goes to the ranch. He meets this lady, but it's very apparent to me that I see some chemistry going on there. I saw him checking her out for sure, and she seemed quite charmed by him as well. Then he was just asking her some questions, talking about, do you know if anybody here would be able to try to shoot me, kill me, try to kill me? And she was like, yeah, no, I don't know nothing about that. Nothing at all. And she was like, what people do on their own time ain't got nothing to do with me. So the white knows something is going on at that ranch, right? So he's sitting out there staking it out. It looks like he's either bought the sun up, or he's staying until the last person leaves. He's at the Finaro Ranch. That's what it's called. Then he gets a phone from Sarah, the ATF agent, and she told him, asked him to come over. He was like, sorry, he got plans. She told him that she got a dog. He said, what you gonna name the dog? She said, Chance. He said, as in second or last. And she was like, TBD. And so Dwight sees who is possibly behind the hit. And so that is how the episode goes off, and he follows him. All right, y'all. So that was the episode. What did you think about it? I think they are turning the dial up. I'm looking, I'm liking. Y'all, I'm going to give this episode a 8, a 7.5, 8. I give it a strong 8, y'all, because I think that they really are giving us a slow burn, but each episode getting better than the last. So really did enjoy this episode. Love the character development. I love that they're letting the story breathe and they're not rushing into everything. That we get to know these characters and all of that good stuff. So I am having a ball with the show. Loving the show. You let me know what you rated down in the comments below. Let me know who's one of your favorite characters. Let me know whether or not, if the humor is compromising the seriousness of the show. Let me know all your opinions down in the comments below. As always, I'm Nita, your favorite diva. Don't forget to join me and Brillo tonight live at 8 p.m. doing episode 5. All right, y'all. Bye.